Let strength be granted so the world might be mended, so the world might be mended.
Son, I did the best walking on air. Proper salute, bow to y'all, son. I bet I impressed the shit out of the prince here. He calls himself a Strava. I don't remember what his actual name is, but it's like Prince something. Like, anyway. Now, I could go straight in there and fight the Flame Lurker. And the way I fucking left you all hanging at the end of the last episode, that's probably all you want. You spent the last 24 hours with your arms angrily crossed, staring at the Tenfey channel, mashing F5. Waiting for me to go fight that Flame Lurker. But let's think about things first. We never went and traded with that fucking crow. I want to see if I can upgrade this damn sword before I go back in there. Don't worry, it'll just take a second. Boys, the Rotten Tomatoes, the user score for the Rotten Tomatoes rating on this particular Tenfey episode is going to be so low. They're going to be like, they fucking teased the dog shit out of us with the last episode. And then they went right back to the Shrine of Storms at the beginning of this one. Killed all the pacing. All the hype. Someday, I hope we live to the age where somebody... where it becomes the new in vogue thing to do reaction videos, but they're reaction videos to Tenfey videos. Somehow I would find that quite flattering. Oh no! Oh no! Haha! 'Twas merely a feint. I 'twas good at the game the whole time, you sorry fool. 'Twas nothing personal, kid. Phew. Never forget that these things are motherfuckers to the very core. Hey guys, I couldn't help but notice that the two of you are standing up there with bows, and you look like you have intentions to shoot them at me, and I don't much appreciate it. Just want you to know that. I would greatly appreciate if you were to not. No, see, you couldn't do it. Here I am trying to have a genuine discussion, and you're firing arrows. Okay. Whatever happened to Ron White anyway? Since we're in the area and we're so fucking powerful, let's just go ahead and obliterate this fucking skeleton. It'll give us souls to buy a few more healing items to take it to the Flame Lurker fight, son. You can't get mad at me when I'm using my stalling tactics to become more prepared for the fight. And we're going to kill this skeleton just because I don't care for him. That's brutal, son. Alright, get to that damn crow. Oh yeah, it's from the top of this tower. I keep avoiding coming in here because of this fucking thing. They just never stop rolling. That must be his shield buster, because it always knocks your shield away. Just for show, let's see if I can. Nope, can't swing that shit in here. Can't swing that shit in here. Okay, we can do two-handed R1s, but not if we're too close to the wall. You fucking piece of shit came rolling around the corner. No honor amongst skeletons, as they say. My favorite Sly Cooper game. Boys, I bought all 3 Sly Cooper games with the intentions of playing them for the Tenfey channel. I just never have. And that was just in preparation for playing Rough Trigger, the game Hosier sent me like 6 or 7 years ago. I have yet to even open. Boys, talk about patience. He's got his little his cards hanging on the wall of his room with the numbers on them. And it's just days since Tenfey didn't play Rough Trigger. And every day he just has to solemnly hang the next number on it while shaking his head. Alright. Dollface. Sparkly items. You want them. I got them. Alright. You can fucking calm down. Have I got a fucking deal for you? Crow lady. Okay, let's see. I'm going to give you my extra Talisman of God. Son, I got a dupe in a booster pack. And you're going to give me... What? I thought trading the Talisman of God got you a colorless soul. Hold on. Hold on just a fucking minute. What's happening here? Have I got to bring up the wiki on my phone again? Oh, do you have to reload the area like in the original? Really? Okay. Okay. You're lucky it only takes a fraction of a fucking second. Or else I would just be so passive-aggressively sitting here with my arms crossed. Yeah, I guess you do. Colorless Demon Soul, son. You could cast it with any kind of mana. A lot of people said they ruined the meta when they introduced colorless Demon Souls. Okay, what else can we trade? Oh yeah, we're going to try to trade some of these rings. How about a fragrant ring? It won't let me drop a fragrant ring. How about a regenerator's ring? Nope. Thief ring? Well, I guess you can't trade no rings to the fucking thing. You could trade the Moonlight Greatsword itself. I don't even know what you get, but you know we don't care. Because it's not the Moonlight Greatsword. You can't just go down to fucking Sears Roebuck and buy another one. You can't just circle the Moonlight Greatsword in the Christmas wish book at Sears and have your grandparents order it for you. Boys, you want to talk about a hard decision is picking a Nintendo game out of the fucking Sears wish book. It's these little tiny postage stamped thumbnails and like a sentence blurb of the worst description of what the video game is. It was your design. You're set up to fail when you were a little kid in the 80s trying to get Nintendo games. It's a miracle I got any good games at all. Let's see. This is the part of the episode where I see if I can remember the order. What Nintendo games I got as a child. Because my NES came with the Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. And that same year we got Tiger Heli, Alpha Mission, and Cycross. And then in the following years I remember getting... These are all Christmas presents, by the way. I remember getting Hudson's Adventure Island. That's a good game. Caveman games. It is entertaining in its own right. I did get a lot of laughs out of that game as a kid, so I can't rightly call it a bad game. Cobra Triangle and Gotcha, which was like a paintball shooter that you use the zapper for, if you can believe it. Oh, you'll notice Patches is at the Nexus now. Slav squatting it up.
Wow, I remember you. Well, I'm glad you're here. I found some really tasty trinkets. Well, we've long been acquainted, so I'll give you a good price, eh?
Son, the voice actor that plays Patches is never going to run out of work because he's just in every one of these games. You know, if Elden Ring was a real video game, he'd be in it.
Nothing here is stolen, I swear. I no longer partake of the whole corpse robbing thing. Yes, I'm completely free from vice. My old mother would be proud indeed. Aren't you proud of me too?
They're like neutral face they go back to when they're done talking. Like gives everybody a weird like I don't know, uncanny feeling. Like they're just imitating emotions. Which, considering this fucking patches, they probably are. Oh, he sells the shit Grave Rider. Grave Rider? Grave Rider. It's the Ghost Rider's upgraded form. The Grave Robber sells. They're probably more expensive. I didn't really pay attention to how much he was charging. And I could buy a Fragrant Ring if I didn't already have 2 of the fucking things. Okay, well, as many of these as we could buy? No, it'd be better to get as many of these as we can buy. Because our HP bar is not particularly big. We could buy some barbarian clothes if we ever wanted to LARP in the bed chambers.
Nice stuff, eh?
Of course, if I was going to do any kind of caveman barbarian LARPing in the bedroom, somebody's going to have to be pretending to be Ayla from Chrono Trigger. There's no getting around that. Okay, let's see here.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch.
Of course, all true gentlemen know that in the same vein that all witches, in my humble opinion, should be required to be big titty cat ladies, all barbarians and cave ladies should be saber-tooth tiger women. I'm just saying what we're all thinking. I'm the only one brave enough to express the cringy opinions. I'm like the Green Mile guy. I took on this cringe so that you would be freed of it. Alright. We're actually going to go fight the Flame Lurker now. Now that I'm done padding out the episode. Alright, when we go to fight him, we want our grass in this order, so that our ass isn't grass. I don't know if we're going to cast Water Veil so many times that we need spice, but it's only one additional click of the button, so it's not too bad. Oh, I put the cat ring on over my cling ring. Oh, there's it. I thought about looking through our stores and seeing if we had more flame resistant armor, but I'm not really going to min-max it down to that level. I'm just saying. Back in the Tunnel City yet again. Back to the lab again, yo. Okay, we had a little exchange of ideals, and I'll admit your wordplay was ever so slightly better. I realize we're going to need the Crescent Grass just to get through the rabble rousers. I really would like to have this mace equipped, though, to give us just a hint more regeneration. So for the time being, we'll have to downgrade our gloves so we can still wear it without getting the ye old Sacco Taters roll. So the Saccotators roll. Miyazaki was inspired to put that into the Souls games from a childhood experience where one day when he was walking through the little Japanese town that he lived in, he saw a farmer who was going to try to walk down some stairs, but he had 2 sacks of potatoes, and instead of just taking them down one at a time, he very arrogantly picked up both sacks of taters, and he got 2 steps down the flight of steps before he went fucking ass ortikeled, stumbled into a fucking pile. And Miyazaki realized that the sack of taters is the ultimate representation of the hubris of taking on too much weight more than you can handle. Alright, that was good, honest, old-fashioned minor assholes in a tunnel killing we just did. By the book, indeed. Now, there's all kinds of items to be got up here if we just took the time to properly fall down this hole. I just don't quite remember. Wait, how the hell do you get over there? Oh, you go around like that. Well, that makes sense. It's almost like Miyazaki planned it that way. Who'd have thought? Can't believe. I thought for sure I was about to fucking plummet to my death. Don't forget that the fucking flame lurker's still guarding our like 17k souls. Is this gonna work? Is there only one way to find out? Whew, right on the cusp. You paid for the whole wooden plank platform, but you'll only need the edge. This Sunday, watch Erla Cloves hurl himself down the death pit. Gasp in horror as his knees buckle. Now where the hell do we go from here? Or is this a one-way trip? There's no safe place to land. I ain't gonna try to... No, that's too much. You can't expect me to roll and land on that little plank right there. Good God. Oh no. I may have ever so slightly come closer to shitting my pants when he shuffled forward right now. Yeah, I don't know if you're expected to make that drop right there. Of course, what are our other options? We could use a NEXUS binding. We only have 319 souls. Who gives a shit if we lose them? I'm going to do the responsible thing. Don't mind me. I'm just popping in. Everyone can tell that I used the NEXUS binding and it's super embarrassing. But son, it's the price you pay to not fall down a pit and die when you are pretty sure you can't make an insane Souls platforming jump maneuver. That does mean that we get to do one more time go through this crowd. Should we try dashing through? Dashing through this tunnel and getting my ass kicked. Miyazaki designed this and he's a fucking prick. I'm gonna fall down this hole. I'm gonna get all the loot. And if Miyazaki bitches and moans, I'm gonna give him the boot. Oh. Thought about trying to work a DOS boot reference into there, but I just couldn't do it tastefully. I feel like they want you to fall there. Ideally. Oh wait, didn't we prove earlier that this isn't fatal? Boom. Tenfey's magic bullet fall. Boom. And now we're back down here. And now we can go at these boys again. I find 3 chops will obliterate most crystal lizards if you're using a great sword of moonlight. Once again, we missed that item right there. But grapes have never been quite so sour as that item is, so we have no use for it. More nerve-wracking falling down a pit action than you can stand, son. That's the Tenfey channel. So if we fall down over there, we get back to those pain-in-the-ass tunnels we were going through at the beginning of this stage. Well, here's an item we missed last time. Good for us. What you got, buddy? An unknown hero. He sounds real nice, except I have no way of knowing that because he's unknown. So he could be a huge prick, and I'd be none the wiser. Okay. So we're not going to be using this during the boss fight because we're going to have our shield up. Take the crescent grass off of here. Get moist. And fucking take care of business. Y'all thought I was going to forget to change my cat ring out for my fire ring. Son, do you take me for a knave? Hey, buddy. You just stand there looking real pretty. I'm just going to walk over here calmly and get my souls back. It was 19,000 souls, too. My original estimate was slightly off. Pop! Pow! I never actually saw if I could upgrade the sword, by the way. rendering that last trip to Sparkly the Crow completely pointless. I see now why y'all gave this episode such a poor fucking rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I'd say we're having slightly more success with this shield. Which is ironic, because in later games, Miyazaki's like super ashamed of the shields. I guess because they make the game easier. They make the game more bearable, and he can't stand it. His artistic vision won't allow for it. That's why in Bloodborne, he like goes out of his way to shit all over shields. I was looking down at my menu, in case you're wondering why I got slapped in the fucking face. I believe we need to become damp again. Yes, sir. Haha, too late! There's no need to put on airs. I'm already moist. I got slapped. In my defense, he was doing all kinds of stupid horse shit and cheating. Too late! Full HP, baby! Haha, not even close. If we can get him caught in an ass slap pattern, we'll be set. Oh no, we didn't. Our frame perfect inputs. We were about to pioneer ass slap strats for beating the Flame Lurker. It would have been made us speedrun legends. We'd have finally made it to a Summon Assault video. Woo! Half Moon Grass. Roll. I rolled. Well, I did take less than full damage, so I guess I rolled ever so slightly. So this thing has 70% fire damage absorption. This fucking shield. So it's doing a decent job of stopping his AoEs, but we need to try to dodge them more if we can help it. Has my dampness waned? How's dampness waned? Has anyone ever used that in their ye old saucy fiction? My lady, your dampness has ebbed away like the tide. The tide in your drawers. That's the name of the saucy romance novel that the line comes from. Can't believe I have time to go on about this nonsense. We're getting our ass beat by the Flame Lurker. Well, I wouldn't say we're getting ass beat. We're just putting him in his paces, son. He's got to earn that shit. Oh, I hit him in midair. That was some cool shit, yo. Everybody fucking calm down. Least of all, or most of all, I should say, this piece of shit. He slapped my shield away like it was nothing. Get off my dick, sir! Sir, I must ask you to abscond from my phallus. Post haste. Oh, hoo, he, ho, heal. I don't know how I didn't take damage right then. Somebody go back and watch that frame by frame and tell me how I didn't take damage. Oh no, my moistness. Maintain your moistness! Hoo-hoo! Niagara Falls pales in comparison to my dampness. Have you noticed that he's extra mad? We got extra spicy Flame Lurker. It's because of how many times I slapped your ass. I meant it as a compliment. In cloves, an ass slap is the highest compliment you could pay somebody. I assure you. The Flame Lurker then takes a vacation to cloves, and the first person he sees, he just slaps him around the cheek of the ass. Everybody's like, oh! And he sees me, sees the Earl of Cloves looking from around the corner and just giggling, and he's like, oh no. Oh no, I'm going to die right at the end. I'm so close. Full heal! Ha ha! Full! Getst thou most smoked indeed, knave. I'd say we didn't do too bad a job. What do you think? I'll buy the book Flame Lurker fight. I go in on Monday, and the chief's like, I don't know what fucking book you're reading, but in our book, You get the flame lurker hung on the world geometry and you cheese him with soul bolts. Boy, you got fucking lucky. Okay. Let's head back to the Nexus. And win a brand new Lexus. What if the Lady in Black was there? Like on the set of The Price is Right. And she's like, thou hast won a brand new car. When you go to spin the wheel, she's like, let $1 be granted, so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. Okay, we need to level up, buy some more grass, then we'll go kill the dragon god. Because spoilers, he's this game's gimmick boss. And if we've played our cards right, we should be able to obtain, yep, the Dragon Bone Smasher should be ours. Which means Skipper the Wanderer is going to think we're real cool. Alright. I'm tempted to just keep dumping Faith because it'll just make our sword do more damage. If you look at our weapon 1, it goes up, up, up. But survivability. We could start wearing more and more armor. It's tough. And of course we could always just become healthier. Nah, I'm going to go for survivability. Let's get them to 30 before we start investing heavily in Faith again. George Michael himself would agree it's the responsible way to level up. Who's up here being cheeky and breaky? Save some for the rest of us patches.
Well, we've long been acquainted.
Okay. I want a lot of these. 22 is a lot. And there's no reason to buy fresh spice from him because I'm pretty sure it's cheaper from the blacksmith down there. I guess we should get some more crescent moon grass if we're going to go back to fighting normal enemies. We need normal heals.
I can forge weapons for you.
Oh yeah, we need to repair our shit too. Good God, that took most of our souls. You don't think about that when you're doing your budget. You got to factor in repairs. I said that as like a joke. Exceed item capacity. I can't carry any more crescent grass. I'm so encumbered. I can't even carry the crescent. How embarrassing.
I'm keeping a close watch on you.
Alright, what are we going to store then? Well, no wonder. I'm carrying an entire fucking quarry's worth of rocks. If I was in Bedrock right now, I'd be fucking rich. Fred Flintstone would be grumbling under his breath about me. And about how I have it too good. I can't imagine a world where we go back to being buckleborns. Although we might want to try parrying people later. And then smoking it. Yeah, at least once we're going to have to parry a knight. And use the Moonlight Greatsword and see what the animation is. Because I bet it's spectacular. Oh yeah, don't forget we've got the Ring of Herculean Strength. So if we get in a dire situation where I need to pick more stuff up. We could equip that ring. I don't need 10 fucking stones of ephemeral eyes. I can tell you that much. Now, all these boss souls can be turned into, like, weapons and spells. I guess there's no reason for us to not learn Second Chance, but we need to kill the old hero, I believe. The second boss of the Shrine of Storms.
You have a heart of gold.
I don't like that directional audio thing.
It's simple. You can trade with your souls.
Alright. 2 crescent grass. So, try not to break the bank there. Rockefeller. By Jove, that crescent grass could certainly Rockefeller. Alright, so the trick here is not get killed. And the best way to go about doing that oh, does the thief ring make it harder for him to see you? Probably not, but that's what I'm going to equip, because fuck it. That's the mature adult way to handle this situation. We'll continue to stay damp. If everything is going the way I think it's going, and when has it ever not on the Tenfey channel, I should be able to walk to the left down a path to the Dragon Bone Smasher that is now clear because we're in pure white. Pure white world tendency, my favorite Barry White greatest hits album. He's like, that's right, baby. I got punched by the Dragon God. That's another one of my saucy romance novels, but it's of a very different genre. Ladies, you know that you would watch Punched by the Dragon God. Don't even deny it. And just like all of you who have read that book, I've become quite damp. Alright. Give me that shit, yo! Okay. Alright, the deal with this fucking thing is that if he sees you, he gets real mad. And when he gets real mad, he punches. I can feel such baleful distrust emanating. When I look down at the DualShock 5 or the 6-Axis Plus or whatever they fucking call this, the DualSense, when I look down at it, the kanji for menacing is radiating off of it. Like in JoJo's. Did you notice that big fucking hand? Did you notice the follow-up big fucking hand that knocked the dog shit out of us? That's a shame. Okay. We were killed by the big giant hand. Okay, that's fine. We got the Dragon Bone Smasher, so I don't give a shit that the world tendency went down. In fact, if we get it to pure black eventually, we can get another colorless demon soul, because the primeval demon will spawn. So, basically what I'm saying is it's all according to Kotaku, or whatever that phrase is. Kaikeku. It's all according to Tatsumaku Supoken, or whatever that fucking thing is shit. It's that thing where Ryu and Ken yell, the pipes are broken, and spin through the air with their leg out, is what I'm referring to. Also, I kind of miss our wispy trail when we're not in soul form. So... it gives us a ye old Tron vibe. Hey, sweetheart. Everyone's real impressed that you yell real big. Wow. He didn't waste any time fucking obliterating me. Maybe I shouldn't be backsassing this man so much. Alright, looks like our regal tactics did not avail us at all. So we're going to have to go in using uncouth tactics, boys. I hope the ye old paparazzi don't find out about this. So let's take off this heavy shit. Just get down to the bare essentials. I'm just going to put the thief ring on anyway and see if it works. Alright. Here we go. He's so much less intimidating when he's in these pants with no shirt on. Son, I'm sure you ladies at home are just tilting your sunglasses down and you're like, that ass is intimidating. That ass rolled a natural 20 on its intimidate check. Hot damn. Alright, is there ever going to be a point where you don't already notice us? He's just born mad. Alright. Get me behind this thing. Ah! You're not allowed to hurt me now. Oh no! He broke the rules! The ye old rules, to be precise. Alright, hopefully his short-term memory won't come kicking back in. This will save us a little bit on grass. Now that we're flat broke. Ha ha! Oh, he tried to get me. But he didn't realize that I was full uncouth. Thou'st never go full uncouth, but we did. one big old spear thing. Down the hatch. What are you looking at? Okay, good. He's looking over there. Ooh, running R1s tends to break that rubble, which is very convenient for us. If Barney Rubble were standing there and we came running at him with this sword, we'd just obliterate the dog shit out of him. Even Fred wouldn't have one of his standard asshole quips. He'd just be like, Barn! Barn, no. Oh, Barn, he'd be there pouring boxes of Fruity Cocoa Pebbles on him, hoping it would somehow entice his soul to come back to his destroyed form. He's like, Barn, if you just don't follow the light, I'll give you some of my pebbles, Barn. Oh, Barn. Oh, why? Oh, why? I don't much care for the Flintstones. That was one of those cartoons that when it came on when I was a kid, I watched it because it was a cartoon, and society explicitly states that all cartoons are for children. Well, spoiler, some cartoons are fucking boring-ass sitcoms that were poorly animated in the 60s. And I don't need that shit to be on Nickelodeon. Running, 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 running. Slice! Hide behind the pillar. That song, like, shifts genre so drastically partway through. Why don't you look over there? You never look over there anymore. Little Billy Batson from down the street's always looking over there. Okay, good. It may be too late. We might already be outside his reach. Oh, you can tell because he's fucking pissed. And he's spitting fire and vitriol. Did you think I wouldn't stop from killing a boss just to fight you? You little piece of shit. Clear stone. Like a clear stone cowboy. Thank God this cutscene came up so I don't got to keep singing that. Alright. I believe we may have humbled this man. What is a god to an earl? The Master's Ring. Is that the one that lowers item degradation? That can't possibly be what that ring does. I'm not going to stop to read it right now. Tell you what, let's kill him the responsible way. We'll become moist just in case though. Hey buddy, you look like you're having a real rough time. Let me just send you to hell. Real quick. You gotta hit him just right. You gotta hit him right in the fucking mouth. See, the thing is, see how he's breathing out that breath? That can still fucking kill you. And my dumb ass is likely to get obliterated by it. So we're just gonna have to cheese him. It's what makes us the hero we are. Any old chump can just run up and kill a helpless, well, semi-helpless, weakened dragon god with a magic sword, but it takes a true hero to stand out of his retaliation range and slowly pelt him to death with the magic. Oh, I was so ready to do the pose. There we go. Look, I got my physical body back. Oh no, I hope no maidens are looking when my physical abs have been restored. I like to think, just like Devil May Cry 3, that if we get a high score, we can unlock this alternate costume for Earl of Cloves. Now I'm just imagining the Earl of Cloves in his royal court, and he's like jumping around eating pizza and sliding on demons' backs, and all the other noble members of the court are just watching so befuddled. The thick Colorless fog. That means remember where we killed the Tower Knight? Well, spoilers, Miyazaki won't let us open that door until we come kill one of the other main bosses. He doesn't want us to sequence break. He watched a Super Metroid speedrun once and was horrified. Back in the Nexus, yo. Son. Take that cling ring off, boy. You've got a tangible body now. Okay, so plus damage from optimal hits. Is an optimal hit like a counterattack, or is that like when you backstab or parry someone? Who could possibly know? Let's regenerate both of our bars. Like a true professional. Like a true Earl. Son, the ghost of our father. He saw us eschew the heater shield and would use uncouth tactics to beat that boss. And he was secretly impressed. He was like the mayor from Footloose. He was like, no son of mine's going to strip down to his pantaloons and go running about. That's how he was originally. But now he realized we could put aside our differences. I need to figure out where I'm going, but I'm too busy spewing nonsense for y'all's entertainment. That's the price I pay to generate Tenfey content. I guess we might as well go back to Voltaria and deal with Third World. We could get Yuria the Witch. We could get our final piece of headgear that's going to be canon, because you know it's going to go so well with these vestments. But first, let's put things in the bank.
I was worried sick.
Pure Dragonstone. If we want to make that sword fair. Oh yeah, we were going to carry that sword around, weren't we? I don't think we're really going to be using the Crescent Falchion anymore, unfortunately, so let's retire it. Got to keep your spear, just in case. So, yeah, this thing. Let's see how cool we look with it. Just your standard longsword, it just does fire damage. Yeah, 91 physical, 91 fire, no stat scaling. And since we leveled up to that shield, we have the 10 strength needed to one-hand it. Wow, we look like probably more proper like this. But I mean, it's just not as cool as that big fucking glowing sword. This is the sword if the ghost of our father, Earl of Clove Sr. saw us, he'd be so respectable. And then we turn around. It's like that cartoon with a little owl who wanted to sing jazz, but his like stern owl father was like, no, you must sing boring, terrible music. Whenever he turned around, we equipped this Moonlight Greatsword. And we were like, I like to sing about the Moonlight Sword and Spinga. Okay. Good times. Again. So, let's level up. Boom, boom. We're just going to alternate these. Art thou finished? I'm telling you, that flowery language just puts everybody off. Repair all gear. Yeah, he just upgrades the normal shit. Wow, we got our short spear to +8. But +9 short spear. It's a pipe dream, son. Will we ever have a +9 spear? Who can say? Alright, we finally got enough crescent grass to justify putting it back on the bar, but it goes all the way down here at the end. It's still on it's on a probationary trial period being on our hot bar, son. Our HP bar is getting awful big. I gotta say, that man really seems to enjoy his job, but I agree with everybody that that redesign is not the best. Although, who wore it better? The Fat Official or Earl of Cloves, son? When you look at this garment, do you see purple and black? Or do you see gold and indigo? Be sure to argue about it on the internet. While you're there, you might as well argue about pineapple on pizza. Just anything that gets y'all fighting each other. And not the horrible elites that are trying to fucking enslave us all. Okay, doggos. We got doggos. I wondered why I was able to get through the game so far with my blood pressure being relatively low. And it's because I forgot that there are dogs in the game. And as we know, Miyazaki, like, I don't know what happened to him involving, like, a dog attacking him or something. But he seems to have this horrific, like, fear and respect of dogs. Like, the way dogs behave in a Souls game is how he believes they act in real life. A Chihuahua could bound it up towards him, and he'd just scream and run away, which I don't blame him. They're somewhat annoying dogs. My mom has a Chihuahua. His name is Truck. It's an adorably ironic name. He's not that bad. He just gets real fidgety and always wants to lick your face. Yeah, I'm telling you, if the OSHA inspector ever makes it to this place, if the OSHA inspector ever kills one of the primordial demons or whatever to get that fog to disappear so he can get here, you crowd are going to have the most fines to pay. Just stand there like fucking Pyramid Head, boys. I'll get to you eventually. Oh no, they're holding up a shield. There's no way we could ever defeat them if they hold up a shield. Not the green wire. Cut any wire but the green wire. Y'all might not realize this, but I'm the Clove of Earls. I might as well, I gotta own it now. You know, all the boys down at the pub now, that's what they're gonna start calling them. It'll be like that episode of How I Met Your Mother where Barney's name was written as like Swarmy on his drink at the coffee shop or whatever. Or was it the bar? I can't remember. They did, oh yeah, they hung out at that one bar. How I Met Your Mother would be a genuinely good show if only it didn't have the Ted Mosby character in it. I decided to give you all a moment of silence to absorb that super hot take. Oh, this is where the little ninja guys are, that we got their armor earlier. If we weren't so goddamn honorable, we'd be wearing it. If only we met one of these little ninja boys and somehow he uncannily looked exactly like the Earl of Cloves and they could switch places for a day. The Earl and the Ninja is the name of the story. I was just seeing what was over there. Blue Eye Knight Gauntlets. Seto Kaiba won't wear any other pair of gloves. How do they look? Do they go better with our Cloves arraignment? Well, they do look fairly nifty. They kind of somehow... Well, I was going to say they match the purple. But I don't know if they do. Now, I like the somewhat sinister air that these gauntlets give us. Because when you see an Earl, especially in like a JRPG setting, you expect him to be a huge piece of shit, like all nobles in Japanese video games and anime are. So it's kind of fitting that he has spooky claw gloves on. I'm just going to ignore that one arrow you shot at me. That's your one fucking chance. But if another one comes flying my way, you're going to be in hot fucking water, boy. Oh, you did it. You just to taunt me. It's like when a cat looks you dead in the eye when he's sitting like on a table or a shelf and just starts tapping something with his paw. And I mean, he'll look you right in the fucking eye and then he'll just knock that shit over, son, and feel nothing. God bless their hearts. I love it when cats do that. I thought maybe that guy dropped an item down here, but he didn't. I feel like we could have took a more different path to get here. A lot of claustrophobic hallways in this area, but luckily they don't have low ceilings generally, so we can still cleave in Twain. Mark Twain himself will be up here. I do love how this thing like banishes all the furniture we destroy with it to the next dimension. Like it lost a Yu-Gi-Oh duel. Yeah, there we go. The full moon grass, baby. I've got some full moon grass. So show me that full moon ass. Well, I want to get whatever that is. I want all the items. We still didn't go upgrade this fucking sword. We even have the red hot demon soul if it's needed. I probably... Oh, God, I fell for their fucking tricks and traps. See, if he hadn't got the Miyazaki's fucking edge right there, it wouldn't have mattered. But Hidetaka Miyazaki himself sacrificed his own life force. He took a month off of his life just to keep that enemy alive for one more hit so that he could fucking cause me to die there. I don't care. I don't care about having white world tendency in this place, because all you do is you get to fight some executioner bitch. And spoilers, if we get to pure black world tendency, we can just fight her Black Phantom anyway, which is just as good. You're like, Tenfey, can we fight Man-Eater Mildred? And I'm like, we got Man-Eater Mildred at home. And then cut to Dark Phantom Man-Eater Mildred. That was a good current day meme joke for you kids, right? Do kids still do those memes? Is your Uncle Tenfey been poggers yet? I dare not even ask if I'm on fleek. You're like, if you've got to ask if you're on fleek, then you're off of fleek. I imagine you blow a pume of vape smoke at me. I combine the two. I've said it before in previous episodes, and I'll say it again. If you're constantly mashing words together as you talk, it's a sign that you're too intelligent for your rate of speech. It's really the only hope I have. Please don't take it from me with snide comments. Please just blindly reassure me. Isn't that what YouTube fans are supposed to do? If you aren't constantly blowing smoke up my ass, son, then what good are you? Blind worship. Now that I've become the new modern age YouTube shield Tenfey, who's always begging people to smash that like button and ring that bell, son, that means I have to become more conceited. Hey guys. A halberdsman, eh? Impressive. Not everybody earns that rank in the Bolitarian military. Most people are sword boys. That's like your private. That's your infantry class. You could be a sword boy first class, but I mean, does that really mean anything? You'll never make it up to petty halberdsman. Oh my God. You did it. You double... Wait. That couldn't have been him. It was a different archer. It came from the fucking... From back and to the left. People constantly watching that tape of the time the Earl of Cloves got shot in the ass with an arrow while he was climbing a ladder. And they're like, as you can see here, crossbow quarrel comes from the... I was going to say grassy knoll, but it doesn't really work. Comes from the brick balcony. The stony balcony. Didn't fall for your sport fuck alley tactics this time, did I? Okay, yes, you're very cool. You get to swing 4 times like you're David in Outbreak File 2. My favorite character in Outbreak File 2, to be precise. I got real good at his combo. I genuinely need to do my Outbreak playthrough for the channel. I've been wanting to do that for years. I wish I could give y'all everything I want to give y'all. I wish my brain worked more better. Alright. Your plan failed. Do you want to come fight me? If I've got to walk down there, it's going to be so much worse. I'm like Chief Irons chasing Sherry Birkin through that orphanage. This really is the only piece of cool armor we could have gotten to the Outregal, the starting shit we started with. I was expecting one of them boys to fall on me. They didn't. We were in another classic sport fighting alley scenario. Oh yeah, Red Eye Knights. We were going to try to parry one of them at some point, weren't we? Why not now? Yesterday you said you'd parry the Red Eyes Knight. Well, I'll parry him today. You'll parry him now. I'll parry him now. You're not the Red Eyes Knight. Get out of here. I don't want to parry you. Ew. What a fucking loser. Your eyes don't even glow. Your Honor, I present Exhibit A. I timed that shit correctly. Followed up by with Exhibit B. Miyazaki is a hack fraud. And the judge is like, I'll allow it. Remember, do it right when the sword's going to hit you. Like so. I obliterated his fucking soul. I couldn't even finish stabbing him before he was sent to hell. Even Nappa and Vegeta during the Saiyan saga would say it was a bit excessive how violently I sent that man to the next dimension. How many of you all get that joke, by the way? When Dragon Ball Z originally aired on Toonami here in America, they couldn't just have the characters killing each other. That would be violent and scary, son. So they had to censor it, and the way they censored it was they claimed they would, because you know how the characters, they end up in heaven and hell, or the home for infinite losers, and they're like little spirits unless they're Goku or some shit. Well, they like called that the next dimension, and so when Nappa and Vegeta were obliterating people, they're like, I'm going to send you to the next dimension, like this. That's fucking brilliant. I owe it to myself and to you all to kill as many enemies as that way as I can. If Gideon Graves was here, he'd be like, you're going to parry with a Moonlight Greatsword for them, referring to y'all as the viewers. And I'm like, no, I'm going to parry with the Moonlight Greatsword for me. Tenfey earned the power of self-respect. I get fucking goose flesh every time it happens. That's goosebumps for you Bakagaijin Americans. A fat man was around the corner the whole time. I predicted it. Can a fat man be parried? I hear you giggling. I hear you chortling. Yeah, your fire magic's real good. You know what counters fire magic? Being sopping fucking wet. Son. Alright, I'm going to do it. We're going to parry that fat man, and it's going to be spectacular. Can't parry fireballs. Okay. I did a bad job, but he did a bad job of hitting me. So, everybody wins. Nope, I was way too late. The crescent will keep me going, son. I always look to the crescent for inspiration. Nope, that was a fucking month too early. Good God. We broke street date with that parry. Yeah, you're doing it again. Miyazaki knew when he timed these fucking things. Alright, that was the last of the Crescent Moongrass. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you can parry a big overhead slam like that. Well, maybe you can. You can parry Garl Vinland. You're like, who the hell's Garl Vinland? I'm like, we'll get to him eventually. You crowd, I'm trying to do a cool YouTube thing. God, fucking archers ruin anything. Oh, God, everywhere we go. Excuse me, sir. I need to go deal with your compatriots. They're right motherfuckers. I don't know if you're aware of this. Sir, do you realize that all your friends are assholes? Am I the first to point this out? You get obliterated, and you get obliterated. Oh, don't worry, buddy. I didn't think about you. I didn't forget about you. Everyone's getting obliterated on the Tenfey channel today. All right, fat man. Feeling holly? Feeling jolly? Well, you won't for long. The dread Earl of Cloves has come to parry your soul. I say. Oh, there was one last Ray among his ranks. He was the only man that fat official trusted. Master Sergeant Ray, they called him. Fun fact, the character from World of Warcraft that I originally... The name Tenfey, in case you've never known where it comes from, was the name of a human mage I made back in World of Warcraft. I know you're surprised that I made a human mage, but it was when my friends were playing Alliance, and it was during the vanilla game. So, my choices... In hindsight, I would have made a gnome, but I was too fucking young and naive and couldn't appreciate it. Or a dwarf, although I did want to be a mage, so I picked human. Because I weren't going to be... If night elves could have been mages back then, I'd have made a lady night elf mage. But regardless, I made a human mage named Tenfey. Like, I quote-unquote made that name up. I found out later, I think it's a real surname. Well, anyway, I eventually got him to the rank of Master Sergeant. And for a while, he appeared on the WoW Armory as Master Sergeant Tenfey. That's my little fun origin story for y'all. Damn, he comes out so fucking quick with that shit, though. He's out of fucking breath. Yeah, once again, son. I lined up a week before Parry Friday, and I was way too early. I could have backstabbed him, but I won't do it. Tommy just told me here there be tacos through the door. I have to parry this fat official before I can eat tacos. He's just yelling tacos through the door like a vengeful ghost. This is getting embarrassing now. Wait, who the hell are you? You been hiding in the corner this whole time? Like the motherfucker in the bathroom in Pulp Fiction? Oh, Merry fucking Christmas. He lived through it. I have to obliterate his soul. Give me the beat boy and obliterate his soul. Okay, I was slightly too late right then. I'm getting a little bit better at it each time. Oh, and a happy fucking New Year, piece of shit. I prefer to celebrate Happy New Deer. That's an old internet joke. It's an old internet reference, sir, but it checks out. I think that was worth it. Well, buddy, we can't say you didn't try. Okay, there's a lot of archers up here. And they're assholes down to the last man, son. A spearman, eh? And a ninja boy. Ninja boys can be parried too. That would be the ninja boy when he wakes up in the morning and looks over at his vanity. And written on it in lipstick is ninja boys can be parried too. And then he looks down and the Earl of Cloves is just laying on the floor beside his bed holding this moonlight greatsword with a creepy Cheshire grin on his face. Son, you can open the door. I left it unlocked this time. Yeah. You missed me being a cool guy. I wanted to go eat tacos, but I was determined to parry one of these fat officials and kill him with this Moonlight Greatsword. And after 25 fucking attempts, I finally did it.
Did I mention tacos?
Son, you look like you're the kind you should be laying in here asking me if I'm winning and getting a high score. I found a stealth throwing dagger. It looks like something MC Escher would have drawn. Tommy opened the door and the scent of cumin and nacho cheese wafted through, and it was the allure of tacos. I have to go eat a taco, son. I hate to be that guy, but we're ending the episode so I can go eat tacos. Once again, you have reason to curse Tommy, because not only do I have to stop playing because the PS5 is his and Mom says he gets to play all day, but he also cooked tacos. That was his evil scheme to get me off the PS5, and the worst part is it worked, son. I'm going to preemptively beg for forgiveness from y'all.